Hello everybody. Today we are going to learn transportation in animals in this video. We have already learned transportation in plants. We know transportation is the movement of materials from one place to another. When it is in a living body, transportation take place for many purposes. For transportation, for transfer of oxygen, from one place to another, transfer of food materials, digested food from one place to another, and also the waste materials are carried from one place to another. So from many cells in multicellular organisms, in each and every cell, respiration take place, and metabolism, different type of life activities take place, and so many waste materials are produced, and raw materials should be reached for all these purposes. Raw materials should be reached for the metabolic activities. So life processes take place, so many life processes take place in the body of living thing, and for that materials needed. These materials are transported from one place to another, from the outside environment to inside of the body, and from the inside, from the cells and tissues to it is carried out to the body. Like this, transportation is very much essential in the living organisms. In unicellular organisms, transportation take place through diffusion, like respiration, nutrition, or any other life processes. Transportation is also take place through diffusion in unicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, we have already learned in plants, transportation take place by specially made cells called or specially made tissues called conducting tissues or vascular tissues. In animals, we can see now how transportation take place. In higher animals, you can see in higher animals, transportation take place by some special system. You can see here some special system is meant for transportation, which is called circulatory system. Here it is, circulatory system. In circulatory system, transportation of different substances is take place by various organs. There are various organs in circulatory system, which are in human circulatory system. You can see now what are the organs: heart, blood vessels, and blood. There are three main parts in the circulatory system of human being. And in so many other higher organisms, you can see there are these type of organs like heart, blood vessels, and blood for circulation. And now this is the circulatory system of human being. And before coming to that, we have to learn one more thing, that what are the things to be transported, what are the materials to be transported in this through the circulatory system. You know, there is digested food to be transported to various parts, various cells, each and every cells, from the digestive organ, from the elementary, from the small intestine. And oxygen is to be carried from the lungs to the heart and to different body parts, to the tissues, from the lungs to the tissues. And carbon dioxide from each and every cell, the produced carbon dioxide is take back to the heart and to the lungs. From there it is exhaled. And the excretory waste are produced in each and every cells, which are carried through the blood and reached in places where it is excreted. And water is also carried. Water is also transported from one place to another. Some hormones are also transported from one place to another. So for this purpose, a circulatory system is must, in which in human being the circulatory system consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. Let us see it in detail. about it. This is human circulatory system. You can see here, centrally placed in the chest cavity there is a heart. The heart is connected with so many blood vessels. You can see here, which are red and blue in color. Some blood vessels are in blue colored and some are red colored. They are different blood vessels. There are some minute blood vessels are there. They are branched out all throughout the body from the heart. They start from the heart and branched out throughout the body. Everywhere, in every cells they spread. Now, in another slide, you can see now the structure of heart. So, the main organ of the circulatory system is heart. The main organ of circulatory system is the heart. The heart has 4 chambers in it. Heart has 4 chambers in it. You can see the upper 2 chambers are called atrium. The lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Upper 2 atrium and lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Now, these atrium and ventricles are separated by valves. You can see here in the middle there are valves here. You can see valve here. In between atrium and ventricles there is valve. And now, in between 2 left and right sides of the heart, the left and right side, this is the left side of the heart, this is the left side of the heart, and this is the right side of the heart. This left and right side of the heart is separated by, here there is a septum. Here there is a septum. Here is the septum. See. The heart is separated, the left and right side of the heart chambers are separated by this septum, which is called septum. Where it is written? Can you see here? It is not written. So this is septum. This is a highly muscular structure. So the heart, all over the heart there are muscles which are called cardiac muscles. You know, by the contraction and relaxation of these muscles, the heart move or the heart beat. Now you come to the structure. In the middle there is the septum and there are 4 chambers, the upper atrium and lower ventricles, upper atrium, lower ventricles. And now, when the heart muscles contract, they squeeze the blood through the atrium, through the arteries and through the ventricle. In the ventricle, the blood is pumped. The left ventricle pumps the oxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood is collected in the right ventricle. First deoxygenated blood comes in the right atrium and from there it is poured in the right ventricle, and now it is pumped to the lungs for oxygenation. And from the lungs, the oxygenated blood re-entered or come back and entered in the left atrium, and from the left atrium it is poured to the left ventricle, and now it is pumped through the aorta, the main biggest artery in the body, aorta, and through the aorta it is pumped to all over the body. And now you can see the blood vessels here. The blood vessels are 3 types: arteries, veins and capillaries. The arteries carry oxygenated blood to all parts of the body from the heart. Mainly, the arteries carry blood from away from the heart. You have to learn the definition like this. Arteries are blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart. And veins are blood vessels that carry blood towards the heart. Towards the heart. And capillaries connect veins and arteries. And one more important thing is that arteries are thick walled and elastic, but veins are thin walled. Arteries have to pump blood in a high pressure. As arteries have to pump blood in high pressure, they are thick walled and elastic also. But veins bring blood from the body parts to the heart. So they are thin walled. They are peripherally situated, but arteries are deeply situated under the skin. And now the capillaries branched out from the arteries and veins, and they connect arteries and veins together. So in pressure, the blood is pumped in pressure. So to stop the backflow of the blood, there are valves in the heart, and blood flow only in one direction. Blood flow only in one direction in the heart. So now, in another slide, you can see here about blood. Blood is a fluid medium है blood is in a fluid medium which help in the transportation. That is why it help in transportation of materials. So the components of the blood, there are so many components in the blood. There are mainly 4 components: RBC, WBC and blood platelets. The RBC are red blood cells, WBC are white blood cells, and the blood platelets are there. They help in the function. We will discuss about the function after. First you see what are the components: RBC, WBC, blood platelets and blood plasma. RBC, WBC and platelets are the solid components, and blood plasma is the liquid component. Blood plasma contain in more percentage, about 55 to 60% there is blood plasma in blood, which help the blood to flow. RBC are red blood cells which contain hemoglobin in it. Due to this RBC or red blood cells, blood carry oxygen and carbon dioxide. So they are the respiratory carrier also. Hemoglobin is known as the respiratory carrier. So WBC help in fighting the infection. White blood cells, they help to maintain the immunity of the body. They fight infections. And now platelets help in the clotting of blood. Platelets have the role of clotting, blood clotting. And now you can see the functions of each here. Make notes out of it. Now you can see the function of blood. Function of blood you can see here in this slide. It is very important for you. Blood help to distribute. Till now we discussed many functions. All are given in points here. Blood help to distribute the digestive food in all parts of the body. Digested food को distribute करने में मदद करता है, पहला function. And it also help in the transportation of oxygen, carbon dioxide and hormone. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, hormone and waste materials are also transported in the blood. WBC help in fighting infections, and RBC help to carry or transport oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. And mainly the blood help to maintain body temperature. Blood help to maintain body temperature. Heartbeat and pulse rate. Next topic is about heartbeat and heartbeats. The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart muscles is called heartbeat. You can hear your heartbeat. If you listen, you can hear your heartbeat. Beating sound, there is a beating sound, and you can feel it. The heart is situated in your chest cavity. You may see sometimes that doctors are checking your heartbeat by placing a stethoscope on your chest or back. So in 1 minute, a healthy person should have 65 to 80 or 60 to 80 beats per minute in normal situations. In the time of exercising or in the time of any work, physical work, it will be increased to 100 to 200 beats per minute. But in normal situation, a normal human being has 65 to 80 beats per minute. This you can feel in the pulse, as the pulse. The heartbeat you can feel as the pulse, as a jerk in your many parts of the body. It may be in the neck region, you can feel it in the wrist region. So the pulse rate is equal to heartbeat. So this is all about circulatory system. So here there is no diagram to draw. In class 7 there is you don't have to draw this diagram of circulatory system, but you have to know all the parts of circulatory system. You should know all the parts of circulatory system. So try to understand all the parts, make notes out of it. Okay, then thank you for listening.